Good morning, everyone. I'm Cindy Grant, aroma sciences practitioner, and today we are making healthy nut banana cake or muffins, your choice, made with therapeutic grade cinnamon essential oil. I am an aroma therapy practitioner, aroma sciences practitioner, and I'm also someone who is living with an autoimmune condition. And if you're like me, you're looking for a better, healthier way to eat because you've realized a long time ago that what we eat either makes or breaks our health. So I've been wanting to make this video for a long time. Today we were actually at a cafe that looked really, really healthy. And I walked in and I saw these brownies, these caramel salted chocolate brownies that were gluten-free. And I thought, this is ridiculous. I have so many amazing recipes that omit the dairy, the sugar, the wheat, and they can actually make you feel vibrant. So today, that's what I'm doing. I'm actually sharing my all-time favorite banana cake or banana muffin cake with you. And I hope you really enjoy it. So give it a try and see what you think. So this says there's about 4 ingredients. There's a little bit more, but it's a very, very basic recipe. And the recipe comes out very much like a banana bread pudding. So it's very, very moist and it doesn't last that long in our household. So what I've done is I've taken 3 ripe bananas and I've mushed them up with a big fork. Then I'm going to take about a 1/4 cup of smooth nut butter. We usually use almond butter or rainforest butter. This is actually going to be a gift for somebody else and they prefer peanut butter. So I am putting organic peanut butter in the mixture. I'm mixing all of the wet ingredients first. This is going to be key, especially if you're working with therapeutic grade essential oils for cooking. And I'm going to talk about that for just a second because not all essential oils are ingestible, and there are certain things that you want to look for when you are baking or cooking or eating or ingesting therapeutic grade essential oils. Okay, so I've done a 1/4 cup of nut butter. I'm going to do a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I don't actually buy any extract that has alcohol in it because the alcohol denotes any kind of health benefits from vanilla. I prefer to actually have the pure vanilla paste or the pure vanilla extract with nothing else in it. This one actually has, it's organic and it has glycerin in it. So I'm using 1 teaspoon and I'm adding that to the wet mixture. And then this is where we're going to add the therapeutic grade essential oils. So in 2013, I don't know if you're like me, I was struggling massively with my health and I was declining in a big, big way. And somebody put 3 therapeutic grade essential oils on my back. And within 15 minutes, my health changed dramatically. And if you ever come to any one of my classes, you'll actually hear what essential oils they were and how to use them in order to immediately raise your health. So that's the reason why I became an aroma sciences practitioner and why I use this brand of essential oil. So this is Young Living Essential Oil, and it is the only essential oil company that has approved ingestible grade essential oils. So the essential oils that are ingestible look like this. So they have a white label with a color block on the front with the name of the essential oil. And it will either say Vitality Essential Oil, which is available in our North American market, or it will have a silver circle with a plus sign in it. And that is our Canadian Plus Young Living Essential Oil ingestible. Now, understand that any ingestible essential oil from Young Living is non-GMO. So you are getting the ultimate. There's nothing in it. There's no extenders. There's no chemicals. And it is way healthier for you than alcoholic-based extracts. And it will create so much more flavor in your recipes than any extract that you could get on the shelf. It's also going to be made to ensure that nothing else is in it that's going to harm you. So I was a big sugar addict, obviously. When you've got a health condition, there's lots of stuff in the body that creates those addictions. And so I needed to get off of sugar. I needed to get off of wheat. I needed to get off of dairy. And this is how I did it. I actually used a couple of really incredible ingestible essential oils to help me. One was peppermint essential oil, because when you add it to desserts, it actually already has a sweet flavor to it that just punches a recipe. And you only need about 3, possibly 4, if you really like big flavor, drops to a recipe. With my banana cake, I actually use cinnamon essential oil. And when I use essential oil in my baked goods, I max out at usually 4 drops of essential oil. When essential oil comes out of a bottle, depending on how thick it is, it'll either come out fast because it's thin, or it'll come out very slowly because it's thick and has a little bit more viscosity. So because cinnamon oil has a little bit more viscosity, I'm going to warm it up in my hand a little bit before I actually add it. And I'm adding it to the wet ingredients because that's going to disperse the flavor into all of the ingredients before it gets added to the dry ingredients, or the dry ingredients get added. So here I'm going to actually roll it back and forth. And because it's a thick oil, I'm not worried too much about having too many drops in there. Maybe, hopefully I've got enough in here. So I've got 4 drops of essential oil that's coming out. Now I'm going to actually mix up the wet ingredients. And I'm going to make sure that it's blended. The aroma is incredible. Sometimes I'll add nutmeg essential oil too, but because this is a gift, I'm only doing cinnamon essential oil. Now I'm going to mix up the dry ingredients. And the dry ingredients start with 1 1/4 cup of quick oats. And I use organic gluten-free because not all oats are gluten-free unless they have the actual label on the package. So I'm starting off with that. Then I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I use pink Himalayan salt, and I'm going to add that. That's going to actually give rise to the baking powder that I'm using next. And again, another organic baking powder, and I used 1/2 teaspoon of the baking powder. And I'm going to mix these dried ingredients up so that they're all dispersed and blended. Now I'm going to actually add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients, just like that. And I'm not going to blend it too much. I'm just going to stir it in so that it's completely covered. And this is the fun part because you have no eggs, you have no dairy. I mean, there's, other than the baking powder, there's nothing that says you can't put it in your mouth right away. But it tastes better when you actually cook it. So here I go. I've got a beautiful mixture that is the base of either a muffin or a cake. Sometimes I'll add flax in order to, kind of stick it together, maybe like 1/4 cup, or sometimes to keep the moisture a little bit more, but you don't need it. And I usually put organic raisins in it, but I don't have raisins. So I've got 1/2 cup of pitted dates chopped up, and I'm going to add that right into the banana mixture. And then I'm going to stir it in. Okay, so that's what it should look like. You've got a beautiful mixture. Like, what was that? Not even 4 or 5 minutes outside of the talking. I'm going to take a pan that is a banana muffin pan. So it's, this one is actually a stoneware. And I prefer to cook with stoneware because the bake always comes out perfect every single time. It's even, and the flavor is incredible. What I've done is I've greased the inside of the pan with coconut oil because there's no additives, there's no preservatives, no colors, no natural flavors, and that's going to help it pop out. Or sometimes I use the same in muffin tins or a flexi muffin tin, depending on the type of batter. So I'm going to put this into the actual stoneware and make sure that it all goes in there nice and even. Spread it out. So I have, this isn't going to rise too much, just so you know. This is going to be quite dense. It's going to taste, like I said, very much like a bread pudding. And I'm going to put it into my oven, or I like things fast, easy, and convenient. So I'm actually going to use my air fryer. It just fits into the air fryer. And I'm going to put it on at, I started doing 350 degrees for 30 minutes, but I found that it actually darkened in the air fryer a little bit too dark. So maybe a conventional oven would be 350 for 30 minutes. but now I'm putting it into my air fryer for probably about 325, 330 degrees for about 25 minutes and then checking it. So that is my healthy banana cake slash muffin recipe. Oh, and just to give you a little extra, that if you are doing muffins, maybe keep it to about 15, 20 minutes at about 350, 330, and then check it with a toothpick to make sure that it's dry enough on the inside for you. And stay tuned because I will show you a short little clip once they are done on what they look like and what they taste like. So thank you so much for joining me today. And if you'd like to learn a little bit more about how to bake healthy, eat healthy, work with essential oils that are therapeutic grade in your culinary recipes, stay tuned for a lot more.